Hello, everybody, to another episode of Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. You can see this little subtitle here that it has heaps and heaps of hits on YouTube, or just rather heaps of hits on YouTube. My bad. Um, but a few of those have come from my channel, so thank you, old Minecraft. Let's hop into the world. Last episode, I was working on this wall a little bit, and I did get it to a fine state. But if I'm being honest, it still kind of looks pretty cruddy. And I think I'm gonna need some more cobblestone to start. But I need an area that I can actually just dig out a ton of cobblestone. And I think what I'm gonna end up doing is making another diamond pick because this one's pretty low. And I know I have 5 more diamonds here, so I'm definitely gonna want to use them for that. Let's dump some of this dirt and other stuff into the chest. Do I have any cobblestone in here? I do not. So let's take 2 planks to make some sticks. Let's just go like that. Drop the sticks in, drop the coal in. Got plenty of torches, at least for now. Let's dig out an area to get a bunch of materials. Now I kind of was working over in this little hole, which worked okay. But I wonder, because I keep hitting like other materials, and I wonder if I'm not like deep enough. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just dig down here for a little bit. And yeah, I feel like there's so much negativity in the world right now that I'll probably just start sharing some good things that have happened to me recently. Here's some iron. It's another good thing. Um, right now I'm really grateful for my family and my friends. I last night I got my car towed when I was visiting a friend. We were watching a show, and it was a group of like 4 of us, and I went out to give some of my buddies a ride home at the end, and my car was gone. And where I live, the parking companies are they're kind of scummy, you know. I mean, that's probably everywhere, I assume. But they pay their employees based off of commission, which seems like a little bit contradictory, to what they should be. If, they only want to give out tickets that are correct and defensible, they probably shouldn't incentivize their employees to write as many tickets and tow as many cars as they can. But the other thing is they represent themselves as police officers. They Now they didn't actually say I'm a police officer, but their car, it looks like a police car. It's a private company. It says that they're authorities. It says, that they're the enforcement. And then they give you this whole thing like if your car was towed by police order, blah blah blah, and turns out the police don't even use their services. So anyway, it's kind of a deceptive company that tries to portray itself as a law enforcement entity to increase its collection of tickets, which I'm just not a fan of. I mean, even besides them towing my car, which is already kind of irritating, um, like that just seems kind of scummy to pretend to be a police officer. I'm not sure how that's allowed, but in the area that I live, there's a lot of really like unfriendly policies towards renters. Like they recently made it so that landlords, they do not have to have the number of parking spots that they sell passes for, which in some circumstances makes sense, right? Like if you have like a downtown parking lot and you want to sell a bunch of passes beyond the amount that you have, I mean, it makes sense because not everyone's going to be there at once. But in theory, if you're a landlord, everyone's coming home to you every night, right? So I feel like that's a little bit unjust that they'd be able to sell you a parking pass that they know that you might not be able to use. But there's just all sorts of policies like that where I am. And so it's a little bit frustrating, but my friends were great about it. Like They drove me to the lot where it was. It was like an after hours pickup, so of course they charged me extra for that. And it wasn't my fault and it wasn't their fault, but they all offered to help me. I was calling my wife and I was explaining like I got towed, and she was like, "Do I need to pick you up?" And I'm like, "No, they're gonna drive me to the lot." So I'm grateful for her that she was willing to do that. I'm grateful for my friends, and at the end of the day, we got it all figured out. And yeah, just very grateful today. Today is like a day in my faith where we take a moment to kind of be calm and reflect on what we're grateful for, reflect on the blessings that we've been given, that God has given us. And yeah, I just feel very, very blessed. I mean, right now I'm a student, and if you don't know, like college in America is like extremely, extremely expensive. Um, but basically because of my dad, and because of B, my church and my community, it is much, much, much less expensive. Like the the program that I'm going to, my church is basically paying for 90% of it, and then I have a scholarship on top of that. And then my dad has just contributed throughout my life since I was a kid to a 529. Oh, look at that! This is that one cave. Just to make sure that I'd be able to go to higher education one day. So really grateful for that. Grateful for him, and I just feel like everyone. I read stories of people on Twitter, and I think there's so many people in society that just don't give a crap about the rising generation. They'll sell out the country. They'll sell out. Um, their own children and grandchildren, and be like, well, good luck, man. Like, life sucked for me, it's got to suck for you too. Like, screw you. But I honestly, like, I've never felt that be applied to me, because the people that I know, like, man, I've just been so blessed in my life. My friends are great, my family is great, my my church is great, my wife. I never deserved my wife, to be honest, like she's honestly an angel. And yeah, just today I'm feeling very overwhelmed with gratitude. Um, I think today, in terms of Minecraft, probably why you turned on the video. I'm gonna build some towers along that wall to kind of give it a more medieval, kind of more rugged feel, like it is holding back the hordes of monsters from entering my base. Yeah, this is a good amount of cobblestone. I also feel like there's a song. Um, I don't know what type of music you guys like. I like country music, and I like some bluegrass music. And there's a song that's bluegrass, and it's called "He's Still Been a Good God to Me." And in the song, he kind of talks about how if you have a day, basically, where all of a sudden you're just reminded of everything that God has done for you, like, or rather, sorry, I kind of messed it up. That if you just have a day where you feel really close to God, it's probably because you're thinking of all the things that He's done for you. And you're feeling like grateful and humble because basically of everything that He's done for you. And yeah, I mean, I think that's true. Like, if you feel, if you feel happy and grateful, it's probably because you recognize the blessings. The thing is, I think everyone has blessings. Everyone's blessed just because we're God's children. But if there's anyone that's been more blessed than me, I would be surprised. I don't know if this is the correct size or not. Let's see. I think that probably works. I don't know don't know if I like the torches because the fire, the fire's already there. But also I'm worried about mobs like spawning on top. Hmm. Just don't know. Let's take some dirt here. How dark does this get if I take these torches? And I'd say that's pretty dark. I'd say that's dark enough to for mobs to spawn. But if I go like that, hmm. Whoa, whoa! Where are you shooting me from, buddy? How did he get in the wall? Is it that convenient staircase that I built? Come at me, bro. You just got to increase your sideways motion relative to him as you approach. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll figure out what to do with the lighting in a bit. But I think for now, I'll just build these towers because I know I like the design of the towers. So let's erase that. Let's go 3. Yeah, this is gonna look pretty good. I wonder, do you guys like if you have something good happen to you and you just feel really blessed? Do you like think about it after the fact? Because I feel like sometimes I feel like super grateful for something, but then what ends up happening is I forget about it, or I just like a few months go by and I just don't really think about it anymore. And I start to move on to like, well, now I feel like I have all these problems and whatever, but like I feel like everyone would be a lot happier if we all just focused on like the blessings that we have instead of like worrying about our current problems. I mean, like, that's not to say the current problems aren't important, right? Like, I think there's actually a lot to be gained from people looking at their situation and saying, what's going wrong here and how can I fix it? So that's not really what I mean, but what I will say is I feel like if you focus on the things that you've been given, like, yeah, I got a parking ticket, or yeah, I got my car towed, but I also have a car. And there's a lot of people that don't have a car because cars today like are expensive. So I could focus on like, man, cars today are too expensive, and here's why. And here's all the government policies that are leading to cars being unaffordable for the average person. Because I think they kind of are. And I could say the economy is just getting worse and worse, and everything just keeps getting worse. It's not getting better, but in reality, I think just like all of us from our birth have had so many blessings that if you choose to focus on that, I think people will be happier. And I actually think it allows you to solve your problems better, to be honest. Because then instead of being bitter, you notice the assets and resources that you do have, right? Like, it's not saying you just ignore all your problems. Rather, it's saying, or the idea is, appreciate what you do have, and then solve your problems one by one. And not with an attitude of anger or being bitter, but somewhere I want to build a nice wheat farm because I do want to be able to heal. It is a little bit difficult to just continuously, you know, have to die in order to get my hearts back. Have you guys seen those memes where it's like when the server's like so desperate that you just have to die instead of eating? I feel like that always happens at the beginning. Like when I first start a world in Minecraft with my friends, like it's for sure that we're just gonna be starving to death or jumping in water or fire. Like you make a campfire and you just whenever you start to get hungry, you just jump down. So anyway, I think I'll work on this more in the next episode. Um, it'll be pretty nice. I'm gonna go have some dinner, so appreciate some time with my wife, and yeah, I'll work on this more tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts about gratitude. Let me know what you're grateful for in the comment section, and yeah, hopefully today is a good day for you. And I like the look of this wall. I think it's going to turn out well. The other thing is, maybe I should wait till day to show this. But when it is safe, are there any mobs beyond here? Sunrise is kind of coming, so I'll show real quick. It's going to be like this at every level. So it's going to be a boom, 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 boom. But I need to torch up the area beyond the wall for that to happen. And so it won't be a perfect barrier, but it will be, and you'll be able to see through it as a thing. But it will be, I think it'll look nice. Same with that one over there, same design, I think. But I also got to connect that one to the mountain. Anyway, there's lots to do. There's lots to do in real life too, though. Can't spend all my time playing Minecraft. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching.